A moment ago, fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it's caught by Herndon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Let's go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, ball. Hey, shoot.
Now it's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Rashad Penny down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Penny, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll run for it with Penny, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive.
Got it.
58's the money. 58's the money. All day, dog. Bang, 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 bang.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Snap.
They will run for the first time here with White. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, 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 hey.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Mike 50, Mike 50. Oh, yeah.
Topper, Topper. Buzz, Buzz.
Kill.
Leo, Leo.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 44 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
On the set.
50, Mike's 50. Not here.
Get it.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. And facing a very tough 3rd and 19 here after both of those running plays went backwards.
Motion. Reset. 58, boys, 58.
Hey, lock it.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
To throw is Lewis. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll find Hall. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Check four.
Defense.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Down. 8, read.
58,
To throw on second down. Lewis. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Get that
Go.
D-line, get that quarterback.
Hey.
58, 58, Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Fight.
Throwing is Lewis. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the run, it's Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They go play action with Trubisky. And he's got Miller. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. This is Bell on the dump off. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
Bears 42-yard line.
180! 58 to Mike. Hey, one word. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. One word. Check 24.
Here's Trubisky. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Trubisky will throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, dude. Hey, wahoo! 50's the mark. 50's the mark. Hey.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Set 50, plant.
Rabbit. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Go.
Hey, Alpha.
58, the Mike. All day, baby, all day.
Shoot.
Now Lewis. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
Boys, 58, Mike. You got nothing in there.
Hey, Delta. Come.
Go 58's the Mike.
Hit it.
Now Lewis, operating from the gun. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Yep. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here I come. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Oh, here we go. Oh. Here we go, here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Lewis looking to throw on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Ready, ready. 60 or.
You better not.
General West.
On the play. Brings up third down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm trying to collect.
Nice. Seam 6. Seam 6. Gone. Gone. You're out. Ready, ready.
Lewis now throwing on third and long. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Jets will take over first and 10.
26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun is Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Play action. Now Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hey, high 7.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows?
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
I got this. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Here's Lewis to throw on second down. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
3 down, 3 down. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Check 9, check 9.
Yes. Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw. Lewis flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Let's get this all day.
Set up. 18 Gator.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
X3. 218. Chopper.
58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. Too little. Cut.
5.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right there. In your face. Hey, watch it, watch it.
They try again with Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Sit up.
Hey, man.
To throw is Lewis. To throw on third down. He's going to take a shot. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Penny. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
It's 3rd down.
Go! 80! 58! Hey, 18. Hey, 18. Go!
Now Trubisky to throw. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. A good lane to run there for Bell as he'll get about 7 on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Red, up! Hey, Haywood! Go!
Here's Trubisky to throw. Going up top for Miller. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Jets will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just...
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quinnen Williams. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Five.
Hey, check. Mike 50. I'm coming for you, son.
On the ball.
Mike 50. Let's go. Hey, Mike 50. Hey, get in the way.
Snap.
Back to throw. Lewis. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, Foxtrot. Now.
58 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Here we go, D.
Go.
Let's go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
10-2 stop. 61. Matchbox lights.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Ready?
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Fielded at the 20. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 50, Mike 50. Double dog, that's the way. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. You ain't going nowhere. 50.
Hey, Sam off!
Here it comes.
Get it!
Now Lewis on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Open man is Miller. He's got it. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he's got some space here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. He had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
They'll run with Penny. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 4th down, the Jets turning to Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here I come! Here I come! Here I come!
Hey, Alpha!
58's the mic!
Hey!
The mic! Hey, pick your game up! 58's the mic!
Looking to throw. Lewis. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. What's the run? They're running it. Check. Crunch.
Hey, Echo.
Crunch. Kill. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. It's coming this way. Here we go.
Lewis throwing on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
60 Pittsburgh.
Check back. Watch right.
Go.
Mike's 50.
Hey, Delta.
Check.
Yep.
Mike 50. Watch the out.
Lewis now from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked picked off at the 21. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
On second down, it's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Check.
On third down, Penny. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This is fielded at the goal line. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, orbit. Rocket.
Switch.
Here's Lewis, looking to throw on second down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road
and Lewis lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Chicago.